Hey there, if you're a Sony shooter, you'd know that the cost of Type A media cards is just redonkulous. There's a lot of brands out there that are selling cards in this space. Some of them are quite small in size and still retaining quite a high price tag. Now, that's definitely the case for Sony genuine cards. Now, in the recent past, when I've been shooting Sony, I've been using these AV Pro 1TB cards from Angelbird, but unfortunately Angelbird discontinued them a little while back and you can't buy the 1TB anymore. But today I received my shipment of their new card, which is either a 330GB or a 160GB version of the AV Pro CFexpress Type A card, but it's now in the flavor of an SE card, which is their more budget line. Now, these cards are a VP200 rating, but they still have a sustained read-write speed of 650 megabytes per second, and they have a peak max read speed of 820 megabytes per second and a max write speed of 730 meg per second. They're still very fast cards, but the bonus of these cards is their price point. They are much cheaper than their previous cards, and that's because there's a far more competition on the market now for these cards, for this type of card for Sony cameras. Now, the 330GB cards is $249, and the 160GB card is going to retail for $179 US respectively. Now, I have put these through all of my usual tests that I did with my previous Angelbird review, which you can see up here or over there, wherever it's going to be up on the top of the screen. And these cards perform exceptionally well when you compare them to the old cards. So they're basically identical. They're just cheaper. They're great with heat management. They're fast to offload. This is my Angelbird Type A card reader. You can see it's like fully banged up because I set fire to it, drove over it with a car, smashed it with a hammer while it was on fire, hit it with a chainsaw. I tried everything I could. I even submerged it in mud to try and get it to stop working, and it still works. And the test, all the speed tests that you're now seeing on screen showing you the capabilities of this new card are done with my fully thrashed out Angelbird card reader. So if you're going to pick up one of these cards, it's probably a good thing to pick up one of their card readers. They're virtually indestructible. They've got all the same features as what they had before with Stable Stream. They've got their 3-year warranty. You've got your free data backup. These are brand new cards that are hitting the market as of today or yesterday or whenever it was, but I received mine today, and they're extremely good. They're still 8K compliant. If you have an A7 IV, an FX6, or a Sony FX3 or FX3, these are perfect cards for those cameras. And the best thing is they're probably, without checking off the top of my head, pretty much the most affordable cards that are on the market, and have the backing of a brilliant company behind them that, you know, provides fantastic data recovery services and has fantastic after-sales service, which is also in my previous review if you want to go watch that on these older cards. When it comes down to it though, I wish these new SE cards were in a 1TB flavor, because even though Sony cameras don't generate a lot of data, I still prefer to have a larger card and not fill it all the way up. It's just the way I like to shoot. Now, I've put this card through some pretty rigorous tests, which is the same test that I put these 1TB cards through about 6 months ago, which includes a codec stress test, copying the data from the card, copying data to the card, just letting the camera run. I've tried every codec in every flavor that I have on my Sony camera, and I have not been able to get the card to choke in either offload or recording in any codec or any frame rate. So these cards are going to be an exceptionally good buy for Sony shooters. I'm glad that mine arrived because I've got another shoot with a Sony camera, and these are just much cheaper to buy than what these 1TB cards were, you know, just 6 months ago. So I'm happy that Angelbird has come out with an SE line of their AV Pro cards in the 330 and 160 size. The 330 is the sweet spot for me because it's not too big, but it's also not too small. and the price is just right at $250 US. $250 is not a lot for a media card. So that's the new AV Pro SE cards. If you've got any questions, drop them in the comments below, and I'll try and get back to you as soon as I can. And for now, see you in the next one.
Swipe up, tag your friends, like and subscribe, comment below. If I make this follow, don't let this flop, wait till the